I'm planning to retire soon. Should we sell our home while prices are high and rent for 2 years? Man, this is a great article. Or I haven't read the article yet from Market Watch. I just was dealing with a guy. I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday, a client, as a matter of fact, and we're talking same thing, but it wasn't in the context sell the house while the market is high. Is more like, should I rent for a couple years in retirement to figure out what I want to do? Essentially, he and his wife. I said that's. I think that makes sense, man, because he's looking at a bunch of different places. He lives in Texas. He might stay in Texas. He might come to Georgia. Who knows? He's looking at a bunch of different places though, and he said, "What do you think?" I said, "I think it's not a bad idea to rent, a year or 6 months." I said, "The problem is for me, so I'm too lazy. I don't like the idea of having all my stuff moved around. It's just having movers come. I'm not doing myself, tell you that right now." And I just said, man, it's just a pain. So, but I think at the end of the day, if you're moving to a place you haven't been, renting makes sense without question. So that's interesting. Let's see what these guys say right here. Jacob Passy. All right. Who is old Jacob Passy? All right. Let's take a look. They don't have a thing for him here. He's a personal finance report for Market Watch. Okay, young guy. Market Watch has all kinds of young guys, man. It's crazy. All right, so let's see what Jacob says here. Would it be worth it to try to sell? Yeah, right on. The big move is a Market Watch column looking at the ins and outs of real estate, from navigating for the search for a new home to applying for a mortgage. All right. Real estate prices are all-time higher in Kitsap County, Washington. I'm looking to retire to move out of the state in about 2 years. Would it be worth it to try or sell our home when prices are high and rent for the next 2 years, or should we stay in the house and hope the market stays high? Sincerely, slow or go. All right, or stay or go. Should I stay or should I go? Like the Clash. All you guys think the Clash is a good band. They suck, man. We got something about Sandinistas and stuff. But don't come on here saying the Clash, you're punk rock. No, dude, they're not punk rock. Come on. The Clash, should I stay or should I go? Give me a break. Don't come here and say, ooh, I like the Clash. Now, you come up with something like the Violators or Blitz or something, that's one thing. But the Clash, give me a break. Go back to friggin' Commieville, man. Jeez Louise, the blue cheese. All right. Here's this guy. Jacob said, it's more than understandable that you want to ensure you can secure the best selling price possible for your home. After all, home ownership is the main driver of wealth accumulation for Americans. We're smack dab the seller's market right now, in most markets at least. As you are well aware, home prices are on the rise. So yes, you could probably score a strong price for your home, and I applaud your instincts. But greed can be a person's downfall. But reading between the lines of the letter, I actually think you want to ask a different question entirely. Are we in the midst of a housing bubble? And if so, would we get more bang for our buck on a house if you sell now and rent for 2 years? Man, that's good. Raise my glass to you, Jacob. That's a good question. That's a good observation for sure. I actually think it's 100% true what Jacob's observing here. They're not asking should they sell. They're asking, look, man, if we wait 2 years, are we going to be screwed because the market is tanked? No one can really see in the future, and I'm sure if you polled economists back in the early 2000s, most would not have foreseen the coming housing market crash. Yeah? A guy from real estate data firm Reality Track says, timing the sale of a home to maximize profits is a little bit like trying to time the stock market. Yep, could not agree. You only know the prices have peaked after they started to fall. We've now reached the stage where prices are rising at a speed that was only really matched in the run-up of the Great Recession, says Jeffrey Tucker. Jeffrey Tucker. He's a senior economist at Zillow. Did he used to write for, let's see who Jeffrey Tucker at Zillow is. Hold on just a second. Jeff Tucker, he's not, there's like a kind of libertarian conservative Jeff Tucker, if memory serves. I could have sworn he was an economist, but this isn't him. So he's an economist that studies the cause and consequence, blah, blah, blah. He holds a master's from the University of Washington and a BA in economics from Amherst College. I'm not, is that Amherst, Massachusetts? I don't know. Anyway, all right, there you go. So nothing wrong with him, but not the same one I was thinking of. All right. So let's go back. All right, let's see. We've now reached the stage where prices are rising at a speed that's only really matched in the run-up to the Great Recession. That's especially true in Kitsap County. Home prices are up 15.9% compared to last year. Where the heck is Kitsap County? Again, we use DuckDuckGo, not Google. So Kitsap County is located in the U.S. County seat is Port Orchard. Its largest city is Bremerton, wherever that is. The county was formed out of King County. Okay, so it's right by the Seattle area, it looks like. Let's take a gander, shall we? Let's gander at it. So there's Bremerton, Port Orchard. I don't know where Seattle is and whatnot. So let's go. I don't know how you could live in Seattle right now. I don't get it. It's sad because look, doesn't it? Oh, there it is. There's Seattle. Bainbridge Island. Where's in like Mercer Island or something like that? Where's like all the rich people live and that where that's man, that's fantastic. That right there is fantastic. Bangor, oh, I could handle that myself, but it doesn't get enough sun, man. Old Char would go crazy. That's my wife. All right. In fact, that figure is even higher than in nearby Seattle. Home prices are up 12.8% in Seattle. The past provides useful context, hey buddy. Prices are rising today for a very different reason than the early aughts. The current increase in home prices is being driven by supply and demand. In the wake of the Great Recession, home building activity all but came to a stop, and it's only in the past year that it's gotten back to the pace it was before then. Home construction didn't keep pace with household formation, meaning there are a lot of renters desperately looking to buy homes right now who can't find much for sale. Plus, a pandemic reaction, not the pandemic, has pushed the timeline forward for younger adults, and they're not looking to buy in downturn, urban areas. I think you meant to say downtown. With the pandemic prompting the wide-scale adoption of the remote working lifestyle, people are looking to get more bang for their buck, and a place like Kitsap County stands to benefit. I agree with that. That's all very different from the Great Recession, though. The last housing bubble was caused by speculative credit practices. Yep, 100%. I completely agree with that. Renting, I think this is right on. Renting isn't always cheaper than owning. You don't say what to extent you've investigated the cost of renting in your area, but let's just say there's a reason why people who want to own their own homes. If your mortgage is paid off, the cost of rent alone could be much higher. At the same time, Seattle is one of those cities nationwide that has seen rent prices drop because of the pandemic. So there could be bargains to be had if you plan to relocate, it looks like, into Seattle. Why would you do that? But you must consider the ancillary costs, selling down, renting, temporary means paying for at least 2 moves. Yeah, I don't like that either. Yeah, right on. Even a strong housing market, it doesn't make sense to sell and then pay more each month in the same market until making a permanent move. I completely agree with that. With employers generally more open to remote work option these days, perhaps you should request the option to work remotely. Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. There's just as much chance that home prices will continue to rise in your dream retirement destination, so perhaps it's now time to look at taking that leap. Yeah, I agree with that. So basically what he's saying is like, look, see if you can work remotely and sell your house in Kitsap County, Kitsnap, whatever, Catnip County, and move to Tennessee if that's what you're thinking. And see if your employer allows that. If not, I wouldn't do that. The idea of selling right now and moving for a couple years and moving again, no thank you. So I just hang tight. I mean, at the end of the day, listen, do you think we're going down to a great recession, like, housing economy? I don't think so. Because there's a huge supply of houses back then. It's just not here today. It's just not. It's only going to get worse with regulations coming down the pike fast and furious. So interesting, but good stuff. And I like that guy, whatever that guy's name was, Jeffrey. Jeff was the guy who had written that, not Jeff. What's this guy's name, man? I'm drawing a blank. I'm getting old in my old age. Jacob Passy. So good observation there, Jacob. Again, hats off. All right, we'll see you.